ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another live stream Tuesday, and I do hope that you had a good start to your week and that your weekend was good as well. So, quick report as to the gremlins that happened before we started the live stream, and we had a catastrophic failure of everything USB related, which meant that my camera went off, the interface went off, which therefore means that I got no sound. So then I had to unplug it all, plug it all in again, and then just hope that it worked. So we'll see if it works tonight, and I'm assuming that you can hear me and see me. But yes, a bit of an eventful start even before we've actually started. So we'll see how we get on. Anyway, hello to you guys in the live chat room. By the way, we are in the super low latency mode thing. I turned on that option again because it gave me that prompt to do it. So I can see you guys in the live chat room. We have Bella, Laugh Out Loud, Can, Super 2323, Super 23, Laurie, Bob, Tammy, Corey, Deborah, Anne, Anna, Lisa, Mark, Billy, Barbara, Vera, Dawn, Bob, Leslie, Melissa, Chuck, Jennifer, Linda, Bea, Tammy, and it's going through too quickly. So thank you guys for joining me on this Tuesday night. Now, as with most of the streams recently, we've been hitting new records across the board for the likeometer and hitting that thumbs up. So we're going to be doing exactly the same thing today. Whenever we get a new record, obviously the next time we try to beat the previous record, and it means that tonight we are aiming for 480 likes, which is a ridiculous total, but we're going to give it a go and see if we can hit that by hitting the thumbs up. If you could do that as you come through the door, it would be massively appreciated. And let me get the likeometer up on screen so that we can see that we are already at 100 and 200. So we're looking for 280 more people. Makes it easy to work out, but it means that we realise how many more people have to get involved before the end of the live stream. So yeah, 205, good start so far. If you can hit that thumbs up, that would be great. And if we do hit that target, we are going to be having Phil Jam number 138 at the end of the live stream. So look out for that if we get there. As for the rest of the live stream, I think maybe we'll have a brief visit to Troll Corner. But yeah, I don't think there's been a lot, fortunately, of trolls on the channel, which is good. Also, we don't have a picture corner tonight, so we might have time for some other stuff, such as maybe a riff of the week, even though we haven't got that many riffs left, and a Phil tune. Maybe I'll have a look over on Patreon to see what has been requested. But the things that have been requested for the, or should I say the songs that have been requested for the cover video in the live stream, they were All Right Now and The Power of Love by Huey Lewis and the News. So yeah, All Right Now by Free, of course. And I can see that All Right Now has 60% of the vote so far. Whichever one of those you want to hear, just let me know. And let me know by clicking on either of those to have your vote. And I can see that, yeah, Barbara says Purple Lights. So that's something that I didn't turn on. And there we go. That's like about fifth time lucky of pressing the button, but they've not that it's essential, but just a little bit of a distraction maybe in the background. So yeah, Purple Lights are now on. Thank you for that, Barbara. We have had donations, and this is the point at which I say that you don't have to donate. And let me get the names of my patrons up on screen, because they make this all possible in the first place. So a massive thank you to these lovely people at the bottom of the screen. You know who you are. And without their support, we wouldn't be doing anything on the channel. We wouldn't be having the live streams or the analysis videos. So thank you guys for allowing me to do what I do. And yeah, we'll keep, hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll keep on getting some thumbs up for tonight's live stream. If you are new to the live stream, you can introduce yourself into that live chat room. But yeah, like I said, you don't have to donate. And let me get that up on screen, because I know that some people can't resist donating, and thank you guys for that. But I think it's important that you know between 45 and 60% goes to YouTube through the super chat window, and between 3 and 5% goes to PayPal through the PayPal link, which you can find in the description below. But just watching is great, introducing yourself so that we all get to know each other in the live setting of the live streams. And if you are a Facebook user, you can head over to the Wings of Pegasus supporters page and get involved over there. That's where a lot of these lovely people in the live chat room, of which you are one if you're watching this, and that's where a lot of them hang out between live streams, and then Bob hosts the after party over there after the live streams as well, so you can get involved over there if you are a Facebook user. So there have been donations already, I can see those, so thank you guys. Paul has donated $5, and Paul says 375,000 subscribers. Most excellent. Everyone have fun tonight, despite those likes. All y'all, Orlando's sidekick. So thank you for that, Paul, and that means that I get this up on screen. Because, yes, we've gone up by another 1,000 subscribers, which is amazing. Thank you guys for subscribing and hitting the notification bell. All of that cool stuff. As I always say, we will keep on pushing forward and see where we end up. But certainly 375,000 subscribers is quite a good total to have. Even if that's just where it stays. But we'll continue to see where we end up. So, let's mute everybody. And for some reason, this has stayed up on screen, which means when I get rid of it, I think they're going to start cheering again. And there we go. So there is a bit of a gremlin in the system. I've now stopped them from cheering, but that's... has that happened before? Maybe it's happened before, but it seems like it might be a gremlin-filled evening. Hopefully not too many gremlins. But anyway, thank you for that, Paul. And Orlando donated $2 after that. And Orlando said, let's get is started. Spike the likes. So thank you for that, Orlando. Of course, Orlando means let's get it started. But thank you for that donation. And I know that there have been donations over on PayPal. So thank you for these. Before I get into them, I just want to make sure that I don't miss out any from last time. And yes, I remember this one. So the next one was from Charles for £4. So thank you for that, Charles. And the message was just simply gift written down. So thank you for that, Charles. And that was made at 59 minutes past 1 on Monday morning. So yesterday morning. Thank you for that, Charles. And we've had another donation from Amy. And this was for £5. So thank you for that, Amy. That is a straight up donation. And Michael has donated £20 as well. So thank you for that, Michael. And that was at 8:35 yesterday. And yeah, just a straight up donation. Again, thank you for that. And okay, this one has a long message with it, of which I just read the beginning part. And it says no need to mention or read this on your live stream, so I'm not sure what this message is to do with, but it is a long one. But it is from Tian, who has donated £8. So thank you for that. And let me move on. Okay, this is a CD order that's just come through, so thank you for ordering that, Joseph. And Roseanne has donated £5, so thank you for that, Roseanne. And the message is, hi Phil, here is a fun random question. If you had a robot for a day, what would you have it do? Thanks and take care. So thank you for that, Roseanne. And I would probably put the robot in charge of laundry and ironing. Because, yeah, there's something that takes me a very long time to do, unfortunately. So there you go. It means that I could kind of get on with what I'm doing. And, yeah, I'm not one of these people that just washes their clothes and then doesn't iron them. And I say that I iron them. I actually bought, like, a press thing. Because I realised when I was doing the ironing that it took me probably about 5 or 10 minutes to do one t-shirt. And even then I wasn't doing it very well. So I thought somebody has to have invented something that can iron things more quickly. And indeed they have, which is just like a press that you just clamp down and just leave it for 5 seconds. And you have to move the shirt around a bit in order to get it relatively flat. I mean, I don't get obsessive about it, but I do like to have my shirts relatively ironed so that they don't have creases all over the place. So yeah, it just means it takes a very long time, as you guys know. With my t-shirts, they're on a constant cycle, so it means that I'm constantly washing and ironing, and yeah, that's what I would get the robot to do. And maybe there's better things that it could be doing, but that's all I can think of at the moment, just because I've been doing that today. So yeah, trying to fit everything in. So thank you for that, Roseanne. And Lisa W has donated £25. So thank you for that, Lisa. And the message is, hi Phil, I rewatched Saturday's live stream and laughed out loud to your little Dr. Seuss rhyme. I can't even remember what that was, but I enjoyed the physical fitness talk as well, with your original music, cover songs, fill jams, and musical analysis videos. This is the absolute best channel on YouTube. Congratulations on hitting 375,000 subscribers. Keep on. So thank you for that, Lisa, and for the kind words. And yeah, we do cover quite a lot on the channel with the analysis videos, but in the live streams as well, and the other things that I've done in the past and studied. It's totally random as to what we start talking about, but yeah, thank you, Lisa, for that. And yeah, like that rhyme, whatever it was, random stuff always happens on the live streams. But thank you as well to Tammy, who has donated £10. And Tammy says, hi Phil, congratulations on hitting 375,000 subscribers. What do you hope listeners take away from your music? Rock. So thank you for that. And I've never really intentionally thought, oh, I want people to think this or have this opinion of my music. I just have always thought that I'll make the music, and if people like it, then it's great. But if not, I like it. I like, the style of music, hard rock, and that's something that often you get people saying, and people that don't really understand how music works, but how art works, when they say, you should be doing something that hasn't been done before. And they don't realize that when somebody does something that hasn't been done before, you can't really do anything nowadays that hasn't been done before with music. But say, for example, somebody does do it. The fact that it's not like anything around before is not by design, but just the collateral damage of somebody just doing what they want to do. So they will be unique because that's them being themselves. If you try and think of doing something, it's going to be, preconceived, but it's going to be contrived because and it will never work because you're trying to find something that you think is unique, but somebody else might not think it's unique. So you're never going to win. So yeah, in terms of my music, I just, for people to take away anything from it, I just hope that they like it. And, if they enjoy listening to it, turn it up to 11. And yeah, I'm not particularly, deep about all that kind of stuff and, have hidden messages and all that. The lyrics are pretty much straightforward. I mean, I guess once you know what the song is about, then yeah, it kind of makes sense. Like We Can Fall Down, for example, that we started with tonight, is all about, the chorus says, sometimes we're up against the ropes. Life is hard and everybody goes through it. So we can fall down. There's no problem with falling down. As Rocky would say, it's not how many times you get hit over or knocked down. Probably knocked down. You don't hit somebody over in boxing. But yeah, it doesn't matter how many times you get knocked down. It's how many times you can get up and keep moving forward. So yeah, along those kinds of lines. But anyway, thank you for that, Tammy. And there's been another donation that's come through. It is Debbie, who has donated £10. So thank you for that, Debbie. And the message is, hi Phil, congrats on 375,000 subscribers. I loved the David Bowie Heroes analysis. David was such an authentic singer and performer. Do you think that he can be considered a musical genius? Thanks, you're amazing. Love you, Debbie. So thank you for that. And I don't know, it's very difficult because when you talk about musical geniuses, you can put that under or within so many brackets. When you're talking about somebody who's a great instrumentalist, some people might say, oh, they're a musical genius, but it doesn't mean that they are writing songs or writing pieces that are going to, you know, last for the rest of the time and continue to be played. I think that's certainly something that you could say about David's music, is that it's going to continue to be played for the rest of time. It's always going to pop up either on the radio or be used in TV shows or movies. So I think he was just an artistic, whether you could call it a genius, I don't know. I would just say that he was an artistic phenomenon, like just what he did, the way that he was, the entertainer that he was, but the way that he reinvented himself and, you know, pairing that with music. So it's like the whole artistic package, and that's very much what I said in that video. What I did notice in that video, and some people say here in the UK, they say David Bowie instead of David Bowie. And I was watching lots of different videos. I've seen lots of different interview videos with David in the UK and in the USA, and I've always wanted to hear him say his own name, because people say, oh, it's not pronounced Bowie, it's pronounced Bowie, and then people say it's not Bowie, it's Bowie. And I know that everybody in the USA, and from all of the interviews that I saw, they pronounce David's surname Bowie. And in this live performance, David says to the audience, because it's actually before the performance, so I don't think you see it in the analysis video, but he's rambling on and he says, oh, shut up, Bowie. And he says his own name. So it's good, because I think I have said in the videos, yeah, David Bowie. And yeah, people in the UK say, oh, it's not that. But I've finally heard him in one video say his own surname, so then I know that that is the correct pronunciation. But I have also seen him being referred to as Bowie, but he hasn't corrected the interviewer. But I think this is just his personality, or was his personality, that he didn't want to, you know, it's close enough. He didn't want to stop somebody talking to correct them on the pronunciation of his surname. So yeah, but that is certainly a difference that I've seen between the pronunciation of his surname, and it's good to finally get to the bottom of it, because it seems like whenever you're trying to find the correct pronunciation of a name, it's just never mentioned, or somebody's interviewing somebody and they never say their surname, or, you know, and you're trying to figure out, yeah, you're trying to hear it from the person, how they say their surname. Like with my forename, which is Philip or Phil, and because it's spelt with an F, lots of people here say Philippe, because they think that it's it's just the Norwegian spelling of it, and it's not pronounced any differently. But because it's an F, they think that it's some fancy pronunciation, but it isn't. So yeah, I've had that multiple times when people call up and say, oh, is this Philippe? And I have to say it's Philip. It's just a normal pronunciation. But I don't know what Philippe, whether you'd put an E on the end of, but that would then be Felipe. So I'm not sure how they're getting to that pronunciation. The F is just throwing everybody off, but there you go. My name is just pronounced exactly the same as the PH. I would argue that the Norwegian version is actually more straightforward, because it is an F, which is a f. That's the sound you get, rather than a PH, which is a p. But of course in English, that is also pronounced as an F, or sounding like an F. Anyway, let's move on. Thank you for that, Debbie. And Chuck has donated £11.44. So thank you for that, Chuck. And the message is, donated $15 to represent the 15 studio albums by ELO. Love you, Phil. So thank you for that, Chuck. And of course, that's with the conversion rate that I see, £11.44. But yes, $15. Thank you for that, Chuck. And Juliet has donated £50. So thank you for that, Juliet. And that's... Oh, got a message. It says, note of gratitude for all you do. So thank you for that, the donation and the kind words. And yeah, I just do what I do. And this is something that other people, well, maybe trolls don't realise on YouTube, is that every video that I make is a request. So when people say, oh, what are you doing this video for? Or why didn't you choose this song? Or why didn't you choose this artist's version of this song to feature instead of this one? Yeah, they don't realise that somebody has actually requested it specifically for me to look at, whether it be that particular singer or that version of a song. So, yeah, that's something that does get lost on... Well, maybe in the comments section. Maybe they just assume that they haven't seen any other videos. They're just assuming that I'm just making up random videos to do. But yeah, there's always some, underlying requests. And some of them have been really specific. And I do say that in the analysis videos, that we are going to be doing this because this person has asked this very specific question. So yeah, we'll keep on pushing forward and doing things how I do things. It seems to be all right at the moment because a few people are watching, which is good. So I can see that we've hit 300 likes. So thank you guys for hitting that thumbs up. It means we're looking for 180 more people to get involved before the end of the live stream. And I am fully aware at some point we are going to hit the ceiling, especially on a Tuesday, and not get a new record. But this would be a new record for tonight if we hit 480. But we've got quite a ways to go. So yeah, thankfully the maths has been easy for me to calculate. So we're looking for 175 more people to hit that thumbs up. If you could do that, that would be great. So I can see that there have been a few more donations. Thank you guys for these. Luana has donated $19.99. And the message is just a thank you, new follower. So welcome to the live stream and to the channel. And yeah, you don't have to introduce yourself because we know that Luana's in there, but everybody can say hello to Luana in that live chat room. Orlando has donated $2 again and says rest in peace, David Samble. He was 78. So thank you for that, Orlando. And Colleen has donated $10 as well, and that's a straight up donation. And it is Colleen's third super chat donation, so thank you for that. We know that because it has a big number 3 next to that particular donation. So now we might jump into Troll Corner. There's only one thing, and it's not even... Actually, I just remember something else. So we'll jump into Troll Corner because there's maybe 1 or 2 things that I can mention. And one of them's on my phone, so I'll have to grab that. And I'll see you guys in 6 seconds time. Rock!
Oh, hello.
Now, we haven't had a Troll Corner in a few live streams, I think. But... thankfully, we've been okay, and we don't tend to get too many trolls, which is good. But yeah, we've had one, and I'll mention something about another one, which wasn't really a troll on YouTube, and I don't know whether it's a troll thing or not, but somebody who was emailing me lots and lots and lots. But anyway, this person said, "You're out of your mind, dude. This is Auto Live. It's been around for 10 years. You're delusional beyond belief." So there you go. And this must have been a video on pitch correction or auto tune. But just the fact that he said this is Auto Live, which I always find it quite entertaining when the person who's telling me that I'm out of my mind and I don't know what I'm talking about and I'm delusional, they don't even know that it's auto-tune. That's what it's called. It's not called Auto Live. It's either auto-tune or pitch correction. Auto-tune is automatic, hence the auto, which means that something is tuning the vocal by itself. Pitch correction is when it's being manually pitched. So it means that you are grabbing the voice and moving it to a particular, like Melodyne that we've shown in previous analysis videos. So yeah, this person who obviously doesn't understand it and says it's been around for 10 years. So what he means is that Auto-tune has been around actually for 1998. I think it was first invented really in 1997, but then 1998 is when it came to prominence with Cher, with her song Believe. So that is, wow, to 26 years ago, something like that. So yes, so even that's wrong. 10 years. I should have told him about that as well. But anyway, I said it to him that, yeah, it's called auto-tune and it's been around longer than that. And yeah, and then explained that it's not necessarily what he thinks it is. And yeah, just saying that, yeah, it's been around for 10 years. He's obviously not listening to my video because I explain all of this. So this is the point that more often than not, the trolls that get involved in the comment section are saying what I'm saying in the video, but they just haven't watched the video, or they just are not listening, so they're not really understanding it. So yeah, auto-tune has been around for a while. And oh, I think I know the video that he was talking about. It was a Bond theme, a recent Bond theme, and what is her name? I can't remember her name. It's just disappeared from my head. But oh, my brain's not going to give me this. But anyway, it's a more recent Bond theme. But what I was saying, oh, No Time to... Billie Eilish. No Time to Die was the song, and that was the artist. But Billie's voice, I was saying about how similar her voice was live as to when she sang it in the studio. And I was showing on screen the difference between the studio and the live performance, but how similar they were. And this person was obviously saying that, oh no, it's not that she's got a really good voice and can sing it exactly the same way. It's that live she's using auto-tune. But then you'd say, well, why has she sung it live in the studio then and not used auto-tune? Why is she using auto-tune live to try and sing a song that she didn't use auto-tune in the studio with, and then getting it exactly the same? Not exactly. There were pitching differences, but that's what I was saying, that she's got a really consistent vocal, and that, yeah, the original one in the studio definitely wasn't using auto-tune. But again, he obviously hasn't watched the video. He doesn't understand what I'm talking about. So yeah, that was that one. The other one that I got a lot of emails about is somebody saying there's no such thing as a non-diaphragmatic breath when talking about singing. And yeah, I did my best to explain to this person because they were saying that you use your diaphragm when you breathe anyway, and, you know, saying that is scientifically incorrect, and that medical professionals wouldn't have any respect for your channel because you're not saying things scientifically accurately. And I said to this person that my channel isn't an anatomy and physiology channel, and if you want to find out about, you know, that side of the body and, you know, breathing and all these different things, then you can go to different channels that deal with that. But I deal with music. So when we're looking at somebody who's singing, you will hear a lot of vocal coaches talk about taking a diaphragmatic breath and diaphragmatic support and all of this kind of stuff. And even if you use your diaphragm to take a normal breath, using it as a term means that you associate it with taking a breath and getting it to feel correct and taking enough of a breath for you then to be able to sing. And I said to the person that when you're demonstrating singing, for example, if I'm just talking normally, and say that I'm not kind of projecting my voice, and I try to sing with a talking voice, it'll go like this. It'll go, so I'm taking a quick breath, and that's the sound I'm getting because I'm just breathing in as you normally do when you talk. So if you compare that to now breathing in and going and concentrating on it's now different to the point where if I wanted to go I've got so much there. There's something there, and all of that is being held. I'm somehow now getting power, whereas before going or just taking a normal breath. No matter how much I push, it stays thin. It stays like a head voice because you haven't got the you haven't got enough support and air. So anyway, I was trying to say that whatever you think about calling it a diaphragmatic breath, when you're teaching somebody to sing properly, they need to have something that they can associate to what they're doing in terms of engaging their diaphragm and taking in. When you engage your diaphragm fully, you can take in up to 75% more air. That's how more efficient you become. So this is why when you see classical singers being taught how to sing and they're taking diaphragmatic breaths and having diaphragmatic support and breathing from the diaphragm, all of these different terms that you hear, it's about setting your voice up in the right way, or setting your air up in the right way to then hold it behind your vocal cords and to be able to use your vocal cords most efficiently, but in order to project that sound, to use that voice. So when the person was saying that it's all the same and it's all a myth, I was trying to explain to them it didn't work. I was trying to explain to them that yes, you use your diaphragm, but at a tiny percentage. So the reason that it's called something different is so that somebody can now do that different kind of breathing in and holding the air back and feeling that power. And if they associate that with being a diaphragmatic breath and having support, then it leaves them in the right place to sing. And as I said, it's a means to the end of having good technique and being able to sing, because a lot of people have this I think preconception that singing is the same as talking. So they might just be talking normally and they'll hit a note and go ah, and they'll think that they just haven't got a good voice, that they're not, they'll never be, for example, like a classical singer or sing opera or be in musical theatre, because they're going ah, they're not getting any body to it. But it's purely a case of taking the right breath, lowering your larynx in order to go, once you've breathed in, you've now got you've now got something that you can really lean into. I also said this to the guy. I said that when you say about leaning in or leaning on the diaphragm, vocal coaches don't mean that you lean one way with your body. It's not a literal description of what you should be doing. It's something to feel. Feel the pressure and the diaphragm and the expansion and holding air back and applying that pressure and to give you that power. Because once you've got the right amount of air behind your vocal cords, then you can start to really kind of lean on it. Think, oh, this isn't how I talk. This is totally different. So yeah, it's just a means to that end. But like I said, he still says, yeah, but it's not scientifically correct. So what you should be doing in your videos is explaining that every time you say a diaphragmatic breath or having that support, say that it's a myth, that actually you always do that, so don't worry about it. But I know that won't help people to sing, because they'll continue to talk. And talking and singing are two totally different things, especially when you get into singing, classically and all that kind of stuff, and really needing all of that support. That's what classical singers train their whole lives to have that perfect airflow and all that support going on, and that power, especially with opera, being able to get that voice to a volume where it's filling in the opera theatre without any amplification, no microphones, all that kind of stuff like back in the day. That's how it was all done. You've got to have that, all of that support going on. So anyway, yeah, that was Troll Corner for tonight. And yeah, I mean, it wasn't too bad. That guy obviously said, I don't know what I'm talking about, but then obviously he didn't really understand it all with his comment. But anyway, that is Troll Corner for tonight. So I'll see you guys in a second. Rock! So, right, we're looking for 119, it just moved over, 119 more people to hit that thumbs up before the end of the live stream to have a fill jam. So we'll bust out the guitar, see what happens, but yeah, we are still quite away from there. So if you're in that live chat room and you haven't hit that thumbs up yet, it'd be great if you could do that in order to get us to a new record for a Tuesday night live stream. 475 was the previous record, so it'll be a new record by 5 likes. So yeah, if you could hit that thumbs up, that would be great. So yes, I will, maybe, I mean, it's 41 minutes past. I will just have a quick look see. If we do have a fill jam at the end of the live stream, it's going to be 5 minutes and 41 seconds. So a little bit of a shorter fill jam later on if we hit that target. And it looks like we're looking for 110 more people, so we are gradually getting there. But we've probably got about 35 minutes left of the live stream. What we might do is shoehorn in here a fill tune. I know that we did a riff of the week last time, but we might have a look to see if a fill tune has been requested over on Patreon, because that's something that we haven't looked at in quite a while, and Orlando's in there requesting a fill tune. So thank you for that. And Debbie says fill tune the bassist, and fill tune fireworks. So we're getting a bit of a mix. Fill tune bassist again. I think I'm going to go with the bassist because that has been requested multiple times. So yeah, we're going to jump into a fill tune. This is going to be one of my musical stories from my music career. They are unbelievable, but they actually happened. So that's why they're called real life stories, or you have called them fill tunes. I can see Colleen just says, Wings of Pegasus, what is head voice? I don't sing or play. So head voice was basically what I was doing there. So when I think it's sometimes better for men to be able to demonstrate this more obviously, because women more often than not have obviously a higher pitch to their voice, but a lot of them do talk in their head voice, which means that the resonance really is happening mostly in your head, even though technically it's always happening in your head. And chest voice is, I mean, it doesn't really resonate a lot in your chest, other than you can feel the vibrations of some resonance going on. So if you sing a low note, and again for women this might be difficult, but if you go to the bottom of your range, or just try and make a really low sound and go you might hear or feel some kind of vibration on your chest, because the resonance is happening down there. It's kind of a lower note. But if I do exactly the same thing that I just did there, instead of going and making it like that, I can go that's the same note. But this I'm just allowing it to happen in my head. And this is how a lot of people talk. So I think when I talk, I'm used to projecting my voice. I do talk quite loudly, as my family will tell you. But because I project my voice quite a lot naturally, and I'm far from somebody who talks in vocal fry. I always connect my vocal cords quite a lot. But by doing that, it means that you get a very clear sounding voice. And, you know, if I was acting in a movie, you wouldn't have to turn up the TV to hear what I'm saying, which is another thing that kind of annoys me a little bit about the dynamic range in movies nowadays, that just go totally over the top to get the lows and the highs, to get such a... I know that the reason they do it is so that explosions and things sound more dramatic, but it means you can't actually hear what people are saying because of that dynamic range being too wide. But anyway, set that aside. When we're talking about hitting a note and going and you know, same note but using chest voice, and then using head voice. So a head voice is a lot thinner sound, and it's just happening up here. You haven't got the body of chest voice. The higher you go up, if I go you can hear that as I go up and come out of this chest voice, it's now a thinner sound. It's now a head voice sound. And that's something that you can do to reach higher notes. If I went and I try and get up to that place, but with chest voice, I'm going to have to start kind of pushing and maybe straining and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, that's the difference. And, you know, sometimes when I'm doing an analysis video and analysing a female voice, she might be up at, you know, A4 or B4 or C5, and I'll do that kind of thing. I'll go into a head voice sound rather, because, yeah, trying to do that. And again, this is something that can lead to, yeah, if you haven't got good technique, a lot of people who are belting, I say a lot of people, maybe if you don't have great technique, some singers who just push their chest voice and belt and aren't really controlling things particularly well, or not handing their voice off to their head voice a bit in order to alleviate strain, they will start to strain their voice by pushing chest voice up too high and straining. But this is just something that they used to do back in the day in order to get all of the emotion into the voice. It's almost like, you're right at the top of your range in chest voice, where there is a lot of emotion there. But yeah, the only problem with that is that it can damage your voice if you kind of lean into it too much and don't have that eye-on technique when you're doing it. But anyway, yeah, that's the difference. So you can have a lighter sound, and if you go to a low note that it is for you, I don't know everybody's range obviously, but if you're trying to hit a low note and try and do it on like an sound, so that it's like UH rather than an sound, which might be an A, and AH will kind of pull things up. If you go it will kind of, you'll start to hear how the it gives it a deeper sound. So if you're trying to get your chest voice going, then yeah, that's something that you can do. If you're thinking about somebody being like duh, like somebody being stupid, that sound will start to well, it won't start to. The default will be chest voice to get that sound of the rather than the which will kind of pinch the vocal cords a little bit more and start to sound a little bit hooty like this and quite nasal actually. When you're going you get a kind of a weird sound to it. But yeah, that kind of sound, again, I mean, I don't want to turn this into a vocal live stream, but that kind of sound, as you can hear me going I can start to take that up a lot higher than if I was going you'll find that if you try and take that sound up high, something like that will happen. It's not kind of smooth and it might kind of break off, and but this just shows you how the voice, you start to transition into different registers. But I explain it or refer to it in the analysis videos as well. So anyway, that was that, but that's just a bit of a random answer of a message that I saw in that that live chat room. So anyway, if you could hit that thumbs up, that would be great. We're now looking for 71 more likes to have a Phil Jam at the end of the live stream. But yeah, this is the good thing about the live streams, is that sometimes we go into ridiculous, not ridiculous, but sounds when you're demonstrating things vocally. Sometimes you do have to do that in order to engage the right part of your voice. But yes, I think maybe Orlando went through saying don't damage your voice. But no, this is the thing that thankfully, I mean, with my voice, I know what it does. I know when I'm in chest voice, and I know when I might be straining and kind of different things that it can do. So yeah, I'm never kind of going to strain my voice, or not intentionally do it. I know that I do have a lot of tension in my voice anyway, because it's something that I've got to try and break that habit, because I used to sing, or I used to try to sing, and I didn't realise that I was doing it all wrong. So then when I then started to properly learn to sing and kind of stop the guitar practice and substitute in actual vocal practice, then I realised, I've been doing this all wrong. And yeah, there's a reason that I couldn't sing. It's because I wasn't actually singing. I wasn't using my diaphragm in the correct way. But yeah, I wasn't hitting notes as I should have been hitting them. So yeah, in the moment for me, it's just kind of venturing into mixed voice and kind of experimenting with that. And that's what I'm practicing every day, which is having to kind of totally relearn how to do everything, or just at least learn how to do it with vocal cords, because you can know all of the theory in the world, but it doesn't make you be able to do it, because it's not like playing a guitar where you can know all the notes, know where the shapes are, know where the chords are, and then you push them down and then they work. On the guitar, it works. With the vocal cords, when you know all of the principles and all of the technique that you should be doing, getting your vocal cords to do it won't happen automatically. So this is why I find that singing is just a totally different kettle of fish, learning to sing, because controlling your vocal cords. You know what you want them to do, but they won't do it automatically. You got to figure out how to do it, and that's just kind of time and practice and dedication in order to try and understand how to get your vocal cords to do what you want them to. But anyway, thank you for the donations. Orlando donated $5 and said, "Have you ever taken opera lessons?" That was pretty good. So thank you for that, Orlando. And no, I haven't had any vocal lessons, but I know the principles of how to access chest voice and all that kind of stuff, and I know where to place it in order to get that sound. And I think if I were a classically trained singer, or if I was an opera singer, I would probably be in the baritone range, maybe a high bari, but I'm not sure. I think more comfortably, the way that I can access my voice there, and I know that when I lean into it, I think, I know where my power is, and that's where it kind of sits in that baritone range. So if I were wanting to do some show, even kind of musical theatre, I think I'd be down there, even though obviously I can access notes higher up, but not in my chest voice. I then kind of have to get in a bit of head voice and all that kind of stuff. So thank you for that, Orlando. And Orlando donated again $2, so thank you for that. And the message was, please hit the thumbs up button. Let's hit the record. Great idea from Orlando. If you get that thumbs up, that would be much appreciated. We're now looking for 60 more people to hit the thumbs up, so you've still got quite a ways to go to hit the new record, to have Phil Jam number 138 at the end of the live stream, but we'll keep an eye on it. And Short Ferrell has donated $10 as well. Thank you for that. And the message is, can you explain how throat singers sustain that sound they make? Is it just vocal fry extreme or something else? So now, it's not something that I've particularly delved into, throat singing. And it is quite impressive. I know that I can do something that isn't throat singing, but I've done this on live streams before, where it's something that you can do with your voice, and you're not sure how you're doing it, but it's got to be some kind of vibration of the false vocal folds. And you've got two sets of vocal folds in your voice, and everyone uses one set. And I know that sometimes when I've been doing, using a vocal fry like this, going and then getting into a note, so you're going from a very relaxed sound and then you're allowing your vocal cords to come together and then go apart. Sometimes when I've done that, I've harmonized with myself, which means that the other vocal cords are creating a note as well. So I thought I'd be quite cool. Not that I'm going to spend time perfecting that, but it's quite interesting to hear, both vocal cords, both sets actually making a noise. So you're getting two notes that are coming out. So anyway, it's something to do with that. Like I said, I haven't looked into throat singing, but that kind of sound when I've gone kind of down there, going hello, like that I think is just like a false chord vibration, because it's so low that if I'm doing it and going I don't even know how I'm engaging that part, but it's just kind of a noise that happens. But it's something to do with that. And I'm sure that there's probably some kind of vibration of the vocal folds going on, and they're maybe working in tandem. But yes, throat singers, it's nothing that I've looked into. But I'm assuming that it's got to be some kind of vocal fry that's going on. And the reason they can sustain it is because when you're using your voice and having a vocal fry sound that might be like that, the vocal cords there are quite relaxed to the point where they're not even making a note yet. So it's kind of the most relaxed you can get your vocal cords when you go it kind of feels like you could keep on doing that for a very long time. So this is why, if you're trying to get into especially mixed voice, when you're using that vocal fry to do what I did there, going you'll find that there'll be a point where you start to hear a note, and that note going you might not even be able to hear it, but I'm making the note really quietly. So it's kind of getting the smallest note you can. And when you can do that, and this is the thing that, I think is going to take years for me to master, but when you can do that with your whole range, then that is basically perfect technique with singing, especially with mixed voice. Obviously, it depends, the genre that you sing, and classical singers aren't going to be they're going to be using a lot of chest voice, but getting into that for, modern music, and especially like classic rock, hard rock, using mixed voice and getting into that perfect technique means that you'll be able to get, with the ease that you go, that sound, you'll be able to go through your whole range with that kind of ease, regardless of how high the note is or how low the note is. So that's kind of the holy grail, especially for me, having got into so many bad habits in the past. But anyway, Jan has donated 20 Norwegian krone and says you're into throat singing soon. So thank you for that. And I don't think that, just standard singing for my own voice, that's what I'm spending time on. I don't think I'll ever get into throat singing, even though it sounds great. It's not really something that I think artistically I'll ever do with kind of music that I like to perform and sing and all that kind of stuff. But anyway, thank you for that, Jan. And I know that we were going to get into Phil Toon, and I've just been talking about singing for ages, but Dana has donated £7.62 over on PayPal, so thank you for that. And the message is enjoying his show. So thank you for that donation. And by the way, we're now looking for 41 more people to hit that thumbs up. And we haven't even got into the cover video yet, so let me just end the poll there. And it looks like it's going to be all right now, 55% of the vote. So we'll watch this, we'll then get into that Phil Toon, and then if we hit the target, we need 40 more people to then have a jam. So if you can hit that thumbs up, that would be massively appreciated. Let's get into my version of All Right Now. And this is a very good example of a song that is kind of a lot of head voice going on, because a lot of high notes. Anyway, my version of it, hope you guys enjoy it, and I'll see you after rock.
There she stood in the street, smiling from her head to her feet. I said, hey, what is this now, baby? Maybe she's in need of a kiss. I said, hey, what's your name, baby? Maybe we can see things the same. Now don't you wait or hesitate. Let's move. Go home to my place, watching every move on her face. And she said, look, what's your game, baby? Are you trying to put me in shape? I said, slow, don't go so fast. Don't you think that love can last? And she said, love, Lord above, now you're trying to trick me.
So there we had it. That was my version of All Right Now by Free. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Thank you for requesting it over on Patreon and for voting for it as tonight's cover video. I saw somebody go through maybe in the live chat room saying, does that mean that when you sing high notes it has to be head voice? And generally, I mean, I wouldn't worry about it too much because everybody, as they ascend, they will naturally bring more head voice into it. It's not something that, you know, you can't make a high sound without using your head voice. So I'd say, yeah, just use your voice as it happens naturally. And I think very few people ever get stuck in chest voice. You'll naturally use head voice. You know, like I'm doing here when I'm talking. If I go higher, that was a nasal head voice. So it all happens when you're talking. So yeah, just the expression happens naturally, and therefore all of these things will be happening naturally when you talk. And it's important to understand that when you do ascend, you'll have your chest voice. You'll then get into a kind of mixed voice, which is chest kind of halfway between the two, and then the pure head voice kind of right up at the top. You've also got falsetto, which is a totally different register that you can't connect to these, chest voice and then kind of mixed voice in the middle and head voice. And mixed voice, by the way, is where you've got head voice and chest voice going on. So if you just kind of try to see it as the middle part of your voice, even though mixed voice is also something that you can access from that vocal fry and use all the way up and all the way down. Therefore, making your head voice sound a little bit more like chest voice, so that great rock singers can do that, where it sounds like they're really belting, but they're not. They're actually in quite a light place vocally, a very light place, just having great vocal technique. So anyway, and this is why there are some singers who have been singing for 30, 40 years and they're still nailing the high notes, and then other singers who after maybe 10 years lose their voice because one set of singers are having perfect vocal technique and the others are straining to get up that high, which then causes vocal damage, and then they can't hit the notes anymore, unfortunately, because they were just doing it wrong in the first place. But doing it correctly takes a hell of a lot of practice, and some people, especially when they sign a record deal young, might not have worked at their voice and now touring year in, year out with bad vocal technique because they just haven't had time to work at their voice. So many different reasons for it. So anyway, there's been another donation from Orlando for $2. Thank you for that. And the message is, I am on my other account giving an extra like. So we've got 1 extra like. We need 10 more. And let's quickly jump into this donation that's happened over on PayPal. And it is, I think this is another CD order. So let me just have a little look down. Yes, it is indeed. But thank you, Jeremy, for that CD order over there. Right, let's jump into this Phil tune, which was the bassist. This is one of my real life stories, an unbelievable story from my past. I hope you guys enjoy this. And we're looking for 8 more people while this is playing to then have the Phil jam at the end. So we will see. I'll see you guys in a second. Rock.
Okay, well, thanks for coming down to the audition today. Do you mind if we slag you off behind your back while we discuss your audition?
That's okay, I'll randomly walk in this direction.
What the actual heck was that? Okay, let's start with the negative points.
Well, his image is laughable and totally unsuitable. He can't keep time. His bass looks like he found it in a skip. And he was late.
Unbelievably, even though he was absolute total guff. He is the best we've seen, and we've been auditioning for a year. So what the ruddy frig shall we do?
As much as it pains me to say it, I think we'll have to give him the gig. Bite the bullet and get on with it.
This is total guff shine.
Hello again. Before you tell me your decision, I thought I would say, I want this more than anything in the world. I'll do whatever it takes.
Well, I can't believe I'm saying this, but you've got the gig. You are now our new bassist.
Holy heck guys, thanks a lot. This means the world to me. You will not regret it.
Well, straight to business. We have a rehearsal on Wednesday night 7 until 10 before the gig on Saturday.
Can't do Wednesday.
Why not?
Me and the missus usually go to the corner shop that evening.
Okay, no problem. We'll just move the rehearsal to Thursday.
Can't do Thursday.
Is there any day at any time before Saturday that you can do?
No.
Hang on, is the gig this Saturday?
Yes, it is this Saturday, as I have been telling you for the last 3 weeks.
I can't do it. I'm working this Saturday, and I definitely can't get out of it, for sure.
Are you actually having a joke with me? As you have just realized it is this Saturday, I know for a fact you have not called in to see if someone will cover your shift.
I didn't think of it like that, but now you say it, it makes sense.
Well, considering it is a great venue and fantastic opportunity for us as a band. Do you want to call your work just in case?
Well, I suppose I could actually thinking about it.
Well, Ruddy Guffing, do it then, you freaking bum guff.
Hello, it's me. I doubt anyone will, and don't worry if you can't. But will you or anyone else cover my shift on Saturday?
So, what did they say?
They said they didn't want to cover my shift. It sounded like they were slagging me off and laughing in the background. So it's a dead end.
Well, at least you got across the importance of getting Saturday night off.
Now the problem is, I can't fake illness because they know I want Saturday night off. Ruddy, hell.
I seriously cannot believe your incompetence. Okay, give me your phone. Hello, I'm calling on behalf of my guffing idiot of a friend. Yes, that's him. He has an important night on Saturday. Can he swap his shift? That's great, thanks for doing that. I'm actually amazed at how easy that was to organize. Many thanks. There you are. You now have Saturday off, so you can now do the gig. How you could not organize that is beyond me. Unbelievable.
Just thinking about it, actually, I can't do Saturday.
What? There. Actual. Frig. Please excuse me. I just have to go outside quickly and shout something.
And there we have it. That was a real life story, or Phil Toon, that actually happened. We have hit the target for tonight, which is 480. It's a new record for a Tuesday night live stream. So thank you guys for hitting that thumbs up. Of course, if you're watching this in the future on Catch Up, then you can still hit the thumbs up. Really helps the live stream to get out there and for the channel to grow on the whole. There's been another donation that's come through from Ray for $4.99. Thank you for that, Ray. And the message is always enjoy your time, Phil. So thank you for that. And it looks like the autocorrect has written your rather, or you are rather than your, but I know what you mean, Ray. Thank you for that. And another donation over, oh, no, on PayPal, this is another CD order that's just come in. So thank you for that, Selena. Yes, so I do all the CD orders myself, by the way. When I get a CD order, then I kind of sign it and send it all off. So I will be doing that. And generally, I do the CD orders on a Monday and a Thursday during my admin days when they get sent off. So yeah, I will be doing that soon. Thank you for that, Selena. Right, we have hit the target, which means I'm going to jump over here. And it is number 138. Oh, well, Joe says gem, but the Strat's plugged in, and we're just gonna we'll just give it a go with the Strat, because I mean, the thing is, you can kind of get it if it's really, really heavy. I can kind of get away with it on this. But anyway, let me turn on microphone. What am I forgetting? Right, zoom out as well. As for the levels, I don't know what they're going to sound like. So, I mean, this should be quite heavy anyway. So yeah, I think sometimes the the strat does the job on the heavier things. But anyway, let me just have a click on this. And I mean, the other thing is that the gem is well overdue a string change. So at some point they're going to go. So it might have been tonight if this wasn't plugged in. So we might have dodged a bullet. But let's see. Oh, click that, mute that. Right, this is Epic Power Ballad guitar backing track in C sharp minor, 110 beats per minute for you tempo fanatics. And this is from GDR Guitar. So like maybe G Doctor Guitar, something like that. But anyway, that's all in lowercase. So it's GDR Guitar, all kind of in one word. So yeah, let's have a listen to this. As for the levels, I don't know what it's going to be like, but ooh, I can't hear anything yet. Is this okay? I can't. Oh, here we go. Okay, right, it's coming through now. Like it's okay levels wise. A little bit of this going on. Should move that bit closer to the beginning. note to end. Oh! And because I wasn't looking at it, and of course it doesn't show you how much time is left. So I took a gamble that was about 5 minutes, hence ending on the highest note of the solo at the end. So that worked out well. We just about kind of got away with that. Again, I could hear the backing track. I could hear my guitar. So yeah, it wasn't too bad. The only thing is that, I mean, being in C sharp minor, it's like the less you look at the guitar, the better. Because especially when you're learning to play, you tend to kind of learn things in particular keys. And like C sharp minor is just one of those where, yeah, just don't look at the guitar as much and just play, and you'll kind of get away with it. When you look at it, and then you, if anything, looking at it makes it too like subconscious, because you're trying to go to a particular place with looking at it rather than hearing it. So yeah, that kind of happened once or twice. I kind of looked and thought, oh no, don't get confused. Just play the notes that you're thinking of. So anyway, there we go. That was tonight's Phil Jam, and yeah, thank you, Joe, for sending that one my way. And that's Epic Power Ballad guitar backing track in C sharp minor, 110 beats per minute from GDR Guitar, and that's the channel on YouTube, so you guys can check that out if you want to have a jam along to it as well. So thank you guys for hitting the thumbs up as well. We are going to be here with another live stream on Saturday night. So if you could join me then, that would be great, because we're going to be going for a new record then as well. As tonight, getting the new record, which was great. We are going to be here with another video tomorrow night, so look out for that one. And did I reference this donation from Ray? I'm not sure if I did, but Ray donated $4.99, so thank you for that, Ray. And the message was, always enjoy your time, Phil. So thank you for that. Maybe, oh yeah, you're I already mentioned that before the Phil Jam, but thank you again. Thank you everyone for your donations. And all that's left for me to say is try to stay as safe and as sane in this crazy world in which we live. Have a fantastic rest of your week, and I will catch you guys at the next one. Rock!